November 2nd. As we've mentioned before, there's going to be a lot of fireworks that night. Gennady has clearly established himself as one of the biggest punchers in the history of the middleweight division. Curtis Stevens, with his recent performances, somebody asked about redemption, and I think he's clearly redeemed any losses he has. And at the 160-pound division, he's a great puncher himself. So, with that being said, I want to introduce Abel Sanchez, who runs one of the best training facilities, Big Bear Lake. He's had multiple world champions, and he's done a terrific job with Gennady Golovkin. So with that being said, I want to introduce Abel on the call.
Thank you, Tom. We thank everybody for being on and paying attention to this great event that's going to happen on November the 2nd. I'm not much of a scientist, but I'm training Gennady to be prepared and ready to knock out Curtis Sanchez.
Abel, is Gennady on the line as well?
Yes, he is. Yes.
Gennady, how are you doing today?
Doing good. Good, Brian.
Excellent.
Hey, Abel, did you hear what, I don't know if you heard, did you hear what Rozier said?
About being a scientist?
Yeah, and that you're on something.
Well, you know what? It doesn't matter what I say. It doesn't matter what Andre says. The fact of the matter is Curtis Stevens is going to have to step to the ropes and face Gennady Golovkin. Gennady Golovkin, as I said in the past, is fast becoming middleweight. Ever laced him. He's absolutely the best fighter I've ever worked with. But all this talk really doesn't matter. Andre's and they're not quite at the level where Golovkin is or where our program is. So they're going to find out on November the 2nd.
Okay. He also said that, I had asked you if Gennady has had to box or will have to box, given that we know he has those. But he said that if Gennady boxes, that's more or less a concession on his part, and that he really can't box because the fans are going to want him to get a knockout. Your thoughts on that?
To tell you the truth, I think that with 350 amateur fights, I think he's far superior boxer than any middleweight out there right now. Saying that, I think that a knockout comes with some boxing skills. A knockout doesn't come to the guy stand there and let you hit them. He's going to have to set things up, and that takes boxing skills. When he hits them and starts doing what Gennady does best, and that's setting up that punch that he wants to hit somebody with, he'll go to sleep.
What do you guys feel is it's not just his punching power, and obviously he's he's not from America, but he's got a lot of fans in New York. What do you attribute his popularity and the fact that he's attracting so many viewers on HBO? What do you attribute that to, the overall package?
I can start out on that one just from the promotional side, man. I've never worked with a fighter that has such a killer instinct inside the ring, where he's coming off now 14 knockouts in a row and the highest knockout percentage of any middleweight champion in history. He has such devastating power with both hands, whether it's knocking somebody out with a left hook or an uppercut or a body shot like he did with Macklin, and being so aggressive in the ring, and then being so respectful and marketable outside the ring. And he really looks at it as boxing as a sport. Not that he wants to hurt the other person, but he wants to do whatever he can to win, and always is instilled in him excite the boxing fans that come to pay money to see him fight and to tune in to watch him fight. And that's really what has catapulted him so quickly in this country and internationally. Gennady, has become very popular here in America, but his popularity in the Russian-speaking countries, former Soviet Union, as right now behind the Klitschko's, he's right there as the most popular boxer in Europe. And so in Poland, we're getting a lot of requests for media credentials from Polish fighters coming to the fight. In England, because of the Macklin fight, and a lot of great middleweight division fighters from the UK. So he's really becoming an international star, and that's why, from my perspective, why it's gone so quickly, because of the exciting style in the ring, and then his personality and demeanor outside the ring.
Abel?
Yeah, I think that right now the way the world and the economy is, the American public and the world public is looking for entertainment. We are in the entertainment business, and when they're spending their hard-earned money, they want to see entertainment. And we have a lot of big names, a lot of great fighters that all they're doing is talking and they're not delivering in the ring. And from the time the bell rings till the fight's over, and I think the public appreciates that. They're paying good money to not only to go to the fight, but to start the HBO, and they want entertainment. And I think Gennady's delivering that. That's why his popularity has skyrocketed, and will continue because he will continue to deliver.
Gennady, what do you think makes you so attractive to the public, and why they're following you so well?
I think just my style. I think my style, the last box, dramatic, power, of course. Just like my style, United States style.
Gennady, you're normally very aggressive early in the fight, but knowing Curtis Stevens' power and the way he fights, and he's trying obviously to get you into some type of slugfest, do you plan to be just like him down little by little, or are you going to come out as quickly as you normally do?
Yes. Right now I'm okay. Right now, actually, this is sport for me. No, this is business. I want to take my time. Yeah, okay. Much talking. I understand my person. I'm relaxed.
Normally what an opponent says never seems to bother you, but in this case, Curtis Stevens is doing a lot of talking. Has it gotten to you at all? Has it bothered you a little bit?
No, not at all.
Okay, and to Tom Loeffler, what's the long-range plan for Gennady? Is it buying a fight with Sergio Martinez, or are you looking to move him up in weight against Andre Ward in a super fight, or perhaps is there a possibility he could lose a couple of pounds and be in a catch-weight fight with Mayweather somewhere down the line?
Well, it kind of goes back to what from the last question, why he becomes so marketable. And I think Steve, that he really wants to fight the best available competition. Unfortunately, we haven't been able to get one of the other champions in the ring with him, but whether he has to go down to 154 or move up, he's willing to do that. Our focus right now is, because he's a middleweight champion, is to really establish superiority as the best middleweight in the world. And once that's done, fight, and he needs to go down, he'll do that. And if there's a compelling fight at 168, he'll do that. But right now the priority is at 160. And I think, after this fight, I think in everyone's mind the best middleweight champion in the world.
Gennady, Andre Rozier, Curtis Gainer, says that he thinks that you are making more mistakes now than you were before you started boxing with Abel Sanchez. I think you have improved since Abel Sanchez started training.
Yeah. Right now I'm happy because I'm working with Abel Sanchez. This is my dream. This is my work. It's the best position for me. I respect my coach.
Abel, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
So I know that you probably heard most of what Andre said. I know Lem brought it up. He said he talked some of the things you say. It sounds like you're on drugs, and he thinks that Gennady is making more mistakes now under you, and he says he gets a good comedic thrill out of the things that you say. What do you think about this notion that Gennady is making more now under you than he was before?
What matters to me is that Gennady goes in the ring and does what we practice in the gym. And he's making more mistakes, and he's doing what he's doing. Could you imagine if he wasn't making those mistakes? We wouldn't have any opponents, have no opponents now. But Andre's opinion, that's his opinion. And I've had enough success in my career to be able to say that what I'm doing or my system is working. I don't think that he's talking from a base of any kind of experience at this level. So it's talk. It's stupid talk that only get Curtis hurt even more.
How has signing with the Klitschko's K2 promotions helped you in establishing yourself in the? And what is your relationship to the brothers? And will they be?
Good question. For me, just Tom Locke, not the two problems. I would say K2. For me, just Tom Locke. He is great job.
I can jump in on that. Unfortunately, with Vitaly being involved, with the politics in Kiev, he's not going to be able to come to the fight, and with Vladimir's schedule, won't be in the fight as well. But they've been supportive in Europe with Gennady, but it's really Gennady that's opened the doors here in America with his style and with HBO, and with HBO's help, he's really going his own path over here in the United States, and that's what we're excited about. It looks like Sat1 has the fight in Europe, in the German-speaking countries, and from what I understand from HBO, they'll be shown in over 100 countries internet about Gennady reaching international for this fight.
Right. One quick follow-up on Sat1. There's also Felix Sturm fighting, a guy that, famously in Germany, he has avoided Gennady at every corner of his career. Do you think that Felix will ever step into the queue, or will that be, will that never happen?
I don't know. I hope. In the future, I hope. I want.
I think it was pretty well documented when Sturm was considered the super champion and Gennady was his mandatory challenger. There was a number of special applications or permits that were applied for Felix to fight other people rather than Gennady. Right now, that topic, it would be a great fight if it ever happened. I know before Gennady really wanted it. He would still like to have it right now, but we really look at where Gennady is at in his career has really surpassed anything that Felix has done. So if it ever happens down the road, it'd be great, but right now we're looking forward to just to bigger and better things.
Gennady, they seem to think that you are underestimating his power. Can you talk a little bit about the power of Curtis Stevens? Is he the best puncher you ever fought? And I would also like, another question is, there been some talk of Martinez fighting Cotto in June. Would you like to face the winner? If that fight happens, would you like to face the winner in order to become the middleweight champion? So, undisputed.
Yes, I think it's a great fight for Martinez, for Cotto, for everybody. Yeah, sure, it's a great fight. For me, it's a good fight for you.
Well, what he said was that Curtis is just talking, doesn't understand the situation that he's put himself into. We respect the fact that he has a lot of knockouts, but those knockouts came at a different level. So it's a matter of stepping through the ropes in a championship fight against a world-class champion, and Curtis has never done that. So he doesn't think that he understands all the talk that he's doing is not only not going to do him any good, but it's not going to help him when he steps to the ropes.
Can you guys comment on if you guys feel that Curtis Stevens is going to come out and want to trade with Gennady, or be more on the defensive like most of Gennady's last opponents?
Well, I feel that if he comes out like that, the first punch that he gets hit with will be a wake-up call to where he stepped into. I hope he comes out like that. If he does, then it's going to be a great couple seconds for the fans. If he doesn't and he boxes and he holds, well, it's just be a matter of he's stepping into something that he really has no clue what it's all about.
I know you said you're pleased with the level in which Gennady's become an international star. I just want to know if there's any different marketing strategy behind getting him known as opposed to like when the Klitschko first started fighting in these.
He's committed to fighting here in the United States. I mean, with the television deal that the Klitschkos were able to negotiate with German TV, I mean, financially it's much more lucrative for them to fight there. With the support of HBO and with the middleweight division opponents over here in the United States, that was the first thing when Gennady and his managers came to me to help promote their career. You know, was the commitment to secure fights over here. And, you know, with the support of HBO, this will be his fourth time on HBO, second time at the Garden. He practically lives here in the United States 2 months out of the year. He trains with Abel and Big Bear, and this is his fourth fight this year. So the only difference is the level of activity that Gennady, you know, would like as far as how active he is, and then just committed to creating, rising to the top of the sport of boxing here in the United States.
Do you see the Northeast as his home, or do you see it eventually branching out to all of the United States?
I think it's his second home in New York. I mean, we've had a lot of support from Madison Square Garden and the New York fans. And, you know, with him coming back now the second time, we've had a tremendous response with ticket sales. I'm sure Curtis has, you know, is responsible for that as well, since he lives in Brooklyn and has a lot of support himself. But Gennady, the reaction that we've gotten, you know, since the Macklin fight has been tremendous. And I think, you know, when he says and when Abel says and when I say that he wants to fight the best, they're willing to step in the ring with him. I think that really resonates with the fans and his boxing style, and that's why he's become so popular.
Abel, any closing comment? You or Gennady?
Sure. First of all, I think that we need to thank Curtis and thank HBO and thank Andre for accepting the fight. We look forward to the second. I know that all these words are necessary to promote the fight, but when it comes down to sport and when there's 54 steps to the ropes, hopefully they'll give us the entertainment that we're all looking for. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Tom, closing comments from yourself?
Yeah, I think this fight sells itself. I think it's clear that there'll be fireworks in the ring for as long as it lasts. I think both trainers and both fighters agree that, and both promoters for that matter, that this fight's not going the distance. It'll be a very exciting and action-packed fight.
Saturday, November 2nd in New York City in the theater at Madison Square Garden. Golovkin versus Stevens for the middleweight title. Telecast live on HBO starting at 10 p.m. Eastern Time.